Hello guys and welcome back. So you join me here in the evening. It's about 5:30 with fert spreader on the back. Just about to spread some fert on this field. I mean, what else am I going to do with it? So I thought in this vlog, obviously I'm going to show you things that have happened since, but I'm also going to talk to you sort of future plans for the farm while spreading fert, because it's kind of boring really. So we'll turn that on there. I will leave over near the chicken coop, as I'll have to shorten the width as how much the fert spreader, the distance, sorry, the spreader basically spits out the fertilizer. Now I don't think this whole field's going to need it, but yeah, there you go. So well, it's not really picking it up on the camera, but it is spreading fert. It's just very, very fine. As it's only small, it doesn't spread that far. But I don't want the chickens eating it, to be fair. So I'm hoping for the sort of next couple months, if I remember to save up on the wool and eggs that the sheep and chickens make, just so I can sell it all at once, and then, you know, make a bunch of money at once instead of taking it at multiple different times. So the chickens are well, they're coming along well. Popping out eggs like I don't know what. As you can see here, you know, you got a couple of chicks. There is a fourth one in here somewhere, probably in the grass somewhere. But yeah, so they're the chickens, if anyone wants to see them. Oh, actually, sorry, one of the white hens there is a chick. Yeah, I think that, well, that was obviously the first chick to be born. The others are only born like May. I think that one is basically fattened up enough that it looks like one of the hens, just a bit smaller. I think that was a couple of months before that. Unfortunately, not many eggs hatched. So, but all of them were under a hen at least, so I didn't have to incubate them myself. Now I've shortened the width there, so we'll be fine there. And there we go. Like I said, not much is going to be taken out of it, about 20% I'd say. So, I mean, as you can see, drop that off there. 8340 is obviously it still lives in here. Fert spreader, fert bags, got two, hence one's in it already. One at the back spare. 7810 lives in here. Herbicide tank lives in here. Same with the sort of LED convoy bar. Basically, if I have wired loads, I put that on. It did live in here. It was on the Massey, but I sold that. So double bailiffs is still in here. 57 12S in here. She doesn't live in here, she's just living in here because of, well, I used it to move the pallets, so she just parked her up there. As you may have known or seen, the piles have gone. I didn't really want to get rid of them, I didn't really mind having them, but the basically someone wanted them. Well, most of it was gravel anyway, and then some of it was just rubble with metal. So he said he'd take that and take it to the quarry for me. So I was a bit like, I didn't want to because I didn't mind them being there, but yeah. But someone has bought the Iveco, so that's gone. Still a rock here. It's quite a big rock, so actually they broke off a little bit of it. Turned out to be a skid steer instead of the mini digger, because apparently the mini digger wasn't available. So yeah, but it did the job with the rocks. Basically what happened was the mini digger was actually to pick up the rocks and load it up, but the skid steer was to break the rocks up. So there's a bunch of grass there. I was either thinking of putting grass here or putting gravel but keeping a bit of grass around the edge. But I would like to have some piles of like gravel or dirt, just because some places aren't even, like gateways and stuff. Not much new around here. Got a bit of gravel in, pinched a bit of it from the pile over there. I got him to flatten it for me with the mini digger, and now the Bailey trailer lives here. Now, quite a big improvement. I got someone with, well, from the local forestry people, who had he came in with a big fent. What was it? Can't remember what it was. It was a 9 something, with a big mulcher on the front, ploughed through these trees. So now we have a proper gateway into, you can see where it's mulched because it just gets rid of the ground. And now we have a proper entrance into a sheep field. Now, I've let the sheep out into this field because, well, I've got rid of the fence here. It was a bit of a pain because obviously I got the fence here, and then obviously now the sheep are free roaming, so a bit annoying, but yeah, it'll do. So they're now living there all the way through this field. I was going to use it for silage or bales, decided not to. I didn't think it was really important really to get that done, because I could still have the sheep penned in, because originally the troughs were covered with trees and whatever. I think whoever lived here before me hadn't lived here in a while, hence why the trees had overgrown, and this field hasn't been used for a couple of years by the neighbouring farm past the cow field / shed. And obviously the yard had a bit of overgrownness in it, so the tank is still up here. And I got a bit of their wool there, so I need to bring that down. So I actually haven't looked at it. The troughs are on either side, so you've got, well, I mean, I'll put whatever I want in it. But as you can see, it's quite overgrown here. I'm not bothered about this bit, just the bit where the gateway is and the troughs. But now this is clear, it's an easier way to get into the sheep field. And now the tanker can live somewhere near the gate. It's also got mesh on it, just in case any lambs try and get through the bottom. I did ask him to do that. As you can see, you can still sort of see the, I don't know what you'd call it, the sort of twigs and mud from where the sort of trees were. I would like to plant a bit of grass here, and obviously you can see the trees that were left. I only needed them cleared from the sort of the track, because it's obviously been used before, hence why the track was there in the first place. The fence was quite heavy, so there's now a massive sort of, I don't know, dent in the ground because I just twisted my ankle on that, but yeah. So now the Kodiak can be moved to the side of the house, as obviously I parked it there because there was trees along here, so I couldn't park it any further. I might plan on getting a sort of driveway up here, because I prefer it being up here, because obviously this is the main house, and I parked it here, and I didn't really like it being there, as I predominantly live in that house. This house was just with it. I don't actually use this as the inside. It looks nice on the outside, ish. On the inside, it's not as nice. But I don't plan on sort of refurbishing it, because ideally, if I could, I would actually build a shed here. But there you go. Anyway, so yeah, it was sort of easy to access it and just drive off with it. So I thought that's hence why I park it up here. So if I were to have even if it was just a bit of a gravel patch here or there, just be a good spot to park it. But yeah, I think that's mainly everything. Obviously the next vlog will be in July, so it'll be next week. Yeah, July. So if the weather stays good, I'll hopefully get some jobs I can do. As I did a bit of mowing yesterday, it was actually. So yeah, just one thing that I've been meaning to do, because if I don't do it, forget, and I'm not doing it nearer to the time, is I'm going to move the butt rake out of here, so then when it comes to the contractors dumping it in here, I don't have to move it at that time. Actually, I can park it. I'm not going to keep it on the fast track just in case I need to use it, but I can put it in front of the hedge cutter, because it's going to be used before the hedge cutter will be. So let's plonk it there, and there you go. So that's it for this one. Bye for now.